What's up, people on the interwebs? Hope you're having an amazing day. Now, today I thought I would try doing some of the Am I the Arsehole stories on Reddit, but I wanted to try and keep it Japan themed. So I found a couple of stories. I'm going to read them. I'm going to see if was the person the asshole and maybe give my thoughts and opinions on the situation. So if you enjoy these kind of new style videos, let me know and I'll make some more. So let's dive into this one. So this one is, am I the asshole for being pissed my dad won't let me go to Japan? So, at the beginning of this school year, my dad, me 22, and my dad 53, told me that in celebration of me graduating college, he would send me and my best friend, Mel 23, on a trip anywhere I wanted. After a lot of thinking, my friend and I landed on going to Japan. We're both really into anime, love Japanese food and the culture. We've been best friends since middle school, and we both fell in love with anime since then, and we've always dreamed of going together. My dad was intentionally hesitant about it and told me that over this vacation to do a bunch of research and prove we knew what we would be doing. I dove straight into it. I made a mock itinerary, wrote down the trains, down to what line we would have to take, reserve an Airbnb, and getting my passport. Over the last few weeks, he seemed genuinely impressed with how much research I'm doing, and I feel genuinely proud. This afternoon, I pulled up a slideshow presentation I had made for my parents. It includes flights, price breakdowns, train routes, dining, everything. I even made it Shark Tank themed with stupid memes and transitions to show how much I want this. Although I fully felt as though he had already decided to let me after seeing everything I was doing on my own. My dad asked questions, all of which I had answers for. Then he leaned back, crossed his arms, and said, "No." I was gobsmacked. I asked why, but he wouldn't answer. Then, after all that, he asked, "Why don't you go to Norway? That's where the Vikings are." Are you kidding me? What? I don't want to go to Norway. I told him I didn't want to go to Norway. I wanted to go to Japan. He just shrugged and said, "Then go to Disney World," and left the room. Here's an important detail. Both my parents are Disney adults. We go to Disney every year for every celebration except my own. I have never gotten a say in our vacations. It's always Disney World. I felt betrayed. As he left, I admit, I kind of screamed at him. I don't want to go to Disney World. I haven't talked to him since then. I can't get rid of the lump in my throat. I can't believe he let me go through all that, ask me questions, add his own research into mine, seeming so genuinely interested. I almost want to cancel having a trip at all. My mum came to me and told me it was okay to be disappointed, but there was no need to throw a tantrum. I insisted it wasn't a tantrum, that anyone would be pissed. He promised anywhere, and when I told him where, he said no. Then she brought up Norway. I don't know why they both want me to go to Norway. I told her to get out, and she left. Now I feel burdened with guilt. Maybe I was overacting. I feel bad yelling at my mum, since she didn't really have a say, but I do feel kind of spoilt. I don't know where to go from here. Honestly, he just said to prove it, and maybe I didn't. Am I the asshole? Okay, quite an interesting situation there. Personally, I don't think the kid is an asshole because his dad did promise him that he could go anywhere, and Japan is a very good choice. Maybe it could have been the price because I don't know where the person's coming from. I'm just going to assume he's from America. So maybe from America to Japan, it could be quite expensive. But even offering to go to Norway instead, I'm assuming from America to Norway is also quite expensive. So I'm not really too sure why he declined to go to Japan. Maybe he's kind of more scared for the travel and going to a country that, you know, the language difference maybe. But I would say for solo traveling or even going with a friend like he is, Japan is a pretty safe country to go to overall. You should be pretty fine and safe overall. And here, maybe with the hint what he could also do, maybe because his parents are both Disney experts or bigger Disney adults, that he maybe should change it and say he's going to go to Tokyo Disney World Land and Sea, and maybe emphasize about going to Disney World, and then maybe they might change their minds. But yeah, I feel quite sorry for the kid, because I think his dad sort of let him down, because if you're saying you can go anywhere, and you're even stating that you can go anywhere in the world, and he put all that effort and research into getting it, he's also getting his passport as well. He did all the research of like where he was going. And even with a PowerPoint presentation, if you're worried about any trouble going on, he's just stated a whole PowerPoint of where they're going to go, what they're going to do, what they're going to say. Yeah, I feel pretty bad for the kid. I wouldn't say he's being spoiled at all, because his parents, or at least his dad, did promise he could go anywhere. And I don't really agree with the dad's response saying no. I would love if they could maybe explain more to why they want him to go to Norway instead. Is there a certain reason? Maybe they got a discount. And even if that is the reason, to say like, hey, we think Japan's too expensive, but we've got this discount thing if you go to Norway instead. I think that would be a pretty reasonable situation. But I personally think maybe a bit more communication should have been coming from the dad than just stating this, and just probably, there needs to be a good talk and communication from it. And personally, if the kid wants to go to Japan, keep that information on the back burner. You have a big plan, and the great thing now is you've done the research for where you want to go, how to get there, what to do. Keep that plan on the back burner. And if your parents aren't going to pay for it, you're now an adult. He was 22. You work some jobs, you save up some money, and then eventually you fund your own trip to Japan. So yeah, it definitely sucked for the kid, because I feel bad. Like the parents, especially the dad, kind of set him up for failure, because they set his hopes up, and then to go no, especially all the research. So yeah, I feel really sorry for the kid, because he's definitely not the arsehole. I think the parents definitely just set up his expectations too high. I think the parents, especially the dad, should have done a lot more communication, make it clear that maybe not every place, every location is an okay place that they can fund and afford to take him. So yeah, sad situation. I hope the kid and his friend will eventually be able to have a trip to Japan. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you think maybe the dad was an asshole? Do you think maybe the kid was being a bit spoiled and entitled? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Also, if you enjoyed this new kind of style video, reading some Am I the Asshole kind of Japan edition, let me know and I'll read another one. And make sure to like and subscribe and stay part of the journey, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!